And hello again, I'm Ken Bastida.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. This is your PIX Now update. In San Francisco this afternoon, 16 people were hurt in a gas leak at Cedar and Polk in the Tenderloin district. Chopper 5 captured the scene. 14 were taken to the hospital, while 2 others were released at the scene. 8 were transported to the hospital. We could see first responders setting up a triage area on the street. None of the injuries are life-threatening. San Francisco Fire responded and taped off the area just before 11 o'clock. The leak has now been capped. The Muni service was being rerouted until the all clear was given. Nearby buildings are no longer under evacuation, and it's not clear what caused the leak.
Scary moments aboard this school bus in Santa Cruz County. The CHP tweeted this photo of the bus that took down a power pole near Castlery and Wheelock roads. No one got hurt, luckily, and no information's been released on exactly what caused the wreck.
Smoke was visible across the East Bay after a fire started at a homeless encampment in East Oakland early this morning. It started around 6:15. Chopper 5 was over the scene along the Capitol Corridor tracks near 105th Avenue as firefighters were putting out hot spots. The cause is under investigation. And developing news in Toronto, Canada, 9 people are dead after a van jumped a curb and plowed into a group of pedestrians.
Another 16 are hurt. Police say the van has been found and the driver is in custody. Police have not released a motive, but witnesses say it appeared to be intentional.
I was studying and all of a sudden I see the truck just running through. It was pretty quick. He was definitely speeding. Like, he did seem to have control over what he was doing, but so it wasn't some sort of impairment where he was swerving or something, but just straight through. And he managed to make a perfect turn at that corner.
I'm going to come up to the intersection up here to see if anyone else had been hit. I saw about 3 or 4 bodies lying on the ground. Other people were getting CPR.
The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been briefed on the incident.
Police have caught the man who they say killed 4 people at a Waffle House restaurant in Nashville over the weekend. They arrested 29-year-old Travis Reinking just before noon. Police say Reinking was half naked when he opened fire with an AR-15 assault rifle in a Waffle House parking lot early Sunday morning. Police say he killed 2 people outside the building and 2 inside, then fled without a gun or clothing.
Once he was in custody, the detectives went, cut off the backpack off of him because he was in cuffs. When they looked into the backpack, they saw a silver Kimber semi-automatic weapon with .45 caliber ammunition, a flashlight, and a holster on his person.
The Secret Service arrested him in July for entering a restricted area near the White House. He was demanding to see President Trump. During that arrest, police seized 4 weapons, including the gun used in the Waffle House shooting.
And just in, a Senate panel has voted to recommend current CIA Director Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State, sending the nomination to the full Senate. Pompeo is President Trump's pick to replace Rex Tillerson as the Secretary of State. He's come under fire for making negative comments about Muslims and gay marriage in the past.
French President Emmanuel Macron arrived at Joint Base Andrews this afternoon ahead of his meeting with President Trump at the White House. This week, the 2 leaders are expected to tackle a number of pressing international matters. That includes the upcoming American summit with North Korea. Today, the White House clarified a tweet that President Trump sent out about the country's nuclear program. The president said the North has, quote, agreed to denuclearization site closure and no more testing, but the country has not confirmed it will go that far. However, Pyongyang did agree to close its nuclear test site and suspend long-range ballistic missile tests as both sides negotiate a potential summit in May or June. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders explained that what the president meant is that denuclearization is the ultimate goal.
Former FBI Director James Comey is promoting his new book in San Francisco tonight. Comey discussing his memoir, A Higher Loyalty, at the Curran Theater. Starts at 7 p.m. The event is sold out, but there are a handful of tickets available on StubHub, and they're going for about $150 apiece. In the book, Comey details his interactions with President Trump before the president fired him last year.
Right now, tenants are squaring off with landlords as a battle over rent control heats up in the East Bay. Dozens of tenants advocates are gathering at Oakland City Hall. They are pushing a voter initiative headed for November's ballot. It would allow rent control in cities across the state. Organizers say they have the signatures needed to put the measure on the ballot. If it passed, it would repeal a decades-old Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act, which put limits on rent control.
We know that demand for housing is going up, and that the displacement of renters from skyrocketing rents is hurting our entire community. Not only do families suffer when they're displaced, but communities can't retain teachers and nurses and other vital workers.
Opponents of the measure are already gearing up to defeat it. The California Apartment Association argues the measure would make the housing crisis and supply worse, saying it would drive away developers and drive up rent. But first, state election officials will count the signatures collected today to verify before the measure moves forward on the ballot.
BART starts a new stage of testing in the South Bay, and it's set to go almost round the clock, meaning that people living nearby will be seeing, hearing, and possibly feeling all of this happening. VTA says over 200 homes near the tracks have already been retrofitted with new triple pane windows and vibration dampers. Some of the brand new homes in the area were retrofitted at no cost to the homeowners. This phase of testing will run through June. VTA will then hand the tracks over to BART, which will start its own testing. This should all be over at the end of the year, when the extension is slated to open for service.
This afternoon, state lawmakers are looking for ways to solve the scooter crisis affecting many large cities. They will be considering a bill that may give scooter riders more freedom, similar to bike riders. If the proposal passes, people could ride certain electronic scooters on sidewalks and park them in bike spots. This all comes as a deal appears to be in the works between the scooter companies and the city of San Francisco.
Our chief meteorologist, Paul Diano, is alongside for a look at the forecast. I'd say you did pretty well.
Is it okay?
Yeah, nice job.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Ken Bastida, stamp of approval.
Yeah, that's all it took.
I know you made a call, so.
Well, I usually call in the morning before, like it's me delivering the forecast. Yeah. Make sure Ken's happy. Hopefully you were happy as well, our consumer. Here we look at the temperatures outside. We have a temperature for everything from 63 to 86 degrees. Summer-like temperature spread today. 63, of course, close to the water. 63 in San Francisco, 78. I think that's the best temperature right there in Santa Rosa. 80 in San Jose. The warm spots are Livermore and Concord. Oakland also chilly, 68. Proximity to water will keep you cool tonight, and it will for the Nationals-Giants game tonight. First pitch, 7:15, 60 degrees this evening. Futurecast will not show you rainfall, but it is going to show you cloud cover moving in. It's going to spill into the bay, and I think anywhere within 5 miles of San Francisco or San Pablo Bay will have to contend with some low cloud cover and fog tomorrow morning, burning off by the afternoon tomorrow, but then by tomorrow evening, the fog and low cloud cover will likely return. The onshore flow is going to get stronger. Overnight lows around 50. Fremont 50, Santa Rosa 48. Highs tomorrow, perhaps a little bit more comfortable. Not as warm inland. 78 for Concord, 76 in San Jose, but still brisk in San Francisco, 65. Oh, but we're not done with the rain yet, Ken Bastida.
Oh.
And Liz Cook and Dennis O'Donnell as well. Starting Friday and Saturday, we could see a few very light showers in the North Bay. And Sunday, look at the impact over the weekend. Nothing heavy. We're talking a few drips of rain, but the 80s are gone, 60s inland. We may be struggling to hit 60 degrees near the bay by this weekend. Upper level low pressure areas. It's going to put a little time out on spring for a few days, and it's going to happen next weekend.
All right. Well, we're prepared. We know what that feels like.
Yes. Yeah, we've had a couple months practice, so this should not be that big of a deal. You're right.
Thanks, Paul. Britain is celebrating the birth of the country's newest royal baby. Prince William's wife, Kate, gave birth to a healthy baby boy this morning. Terry Okita is outside the hospital in London.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge proudly introduced their new little prince to the world. The 8-pound, 7-ounce baby will be a little brother to 4-year-old Prince George and 2-year-old Princess Charlotte. After several hours of labor, Duchess Kate gave birth at the prestigious Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in London. Fans broke out champagne to toast the arrival of the baby boy.
And it's fantastic.
An unofficial town crier announced the news, but the official royal bulletin was posted on a golden easel outside Buckingham Palace, an age-old custom for the public to see.
I think it'll add a little bit more family, a bit more joy into them. We're looking forward to seeing what the name will be.
It can take days or even weeks for royal parents to announce a name. William and Kate will have to run it by Queen Elizabeth first. But top bets are Arthur, Albert, and Philip.
It's a boy on St. George.
Adding to the excitement, the royal baby was born on St. George's Day, which celebrates the patron saint of England.
Brilliant for the country. It's going to lift everyone's spirits.
The tiny prince will be 5th in line to the British throne, bumping Uncle Prince Harry down to 6th. The birth comes just weeks before the royal wedding, when Prince Harry will marry American actress Meghan Markle. Terry Okita, CBS News, London.
I'm Dennis O'Donnell. Here is the latest in Bay Area sports. The Warriors were unable to complete their sweep of the Spurs. They'll have another shot to end the series Tuesday night at Oracle. And Klay Thompson has the key to avoiding the same fate as Game 4.
Do everything we did, but opposite.
Hey, Game 4 was definitely not one to duplicate. Golden State was held to 90 points. They were averaging 113 for the first 3 games. They shot only 38% compared to 53 for games 1 through 3. And the Spurs, who had been ice cold from downtown, shot 54% from 3. Steve Kerr took the blame for the team's poor showing, even if he didn't really want to.
I much prefer to blame them. It's way more fun to just point the finger, not look in the mirror at all. It's pretty obvious. You know, we were not ready last night. So whose fault is that? It's our fault. Looking back at the tape, I should have taken a timeout 3 minutes into the game and broken a clipboard.
Bring extra clipboards?
Yeah, we always have extras.
Game 4 tomorrow night. Reuben Foster heads back to court next week to enter a plea for his domestic violence charge. Today, 49ers general manager John Lynch had the strongest response to date about Foster's future with the organization. Lynch said, quote, "We're going to learn things through this legal process, but I want to be abundantly clear. If these charges are proven true, if Reuben did hit this young lady, he won't be part of the organization going forward." The NFL draft begins Thursday night. The 49ers won't have to worry about taking a quarterback. The big news out of their voluntary workouts, Jimmy G is growing a beard. Breaking news. And Brent Burns is hoping to get Jimmy G and that beard on the Sharks bandwagon. He tweeted an invitation to Garoppolo for any of San Jose's upcoming playoff games. I just sense that Garoppolo's going to open the door at the beginning of the game where all the Sharks come out onto the ice. If you were busy coaching your daughter's basketball team while they missed 45 of 50 shots and lost, here's what you missed. Terrible. Cleveland J.R. Smith, underhand, nothing but net. Paxton Smith's perfect. Smith hit one from beyond half court. The Cavs and Pacers tied at 2 games apiece. Pelicans point guard Rajon Rondo take 2 defenders with him behind the back to wide open Anthony Davis for the jam. New Orleans swept Portland, now waiting for the Warriors in round 2. Lance Stephenson giving new meaning to walking it up the court. Watch this. Did he walk? Ken?
Oh, come
Hello.
Hello.
Who say they don't call traveling in the NBA? They did. They did. Joel Embiid still getting used to playing with the mask. But with the Heat on a fast break, he threw it off. Chased down Goran Dragic for the huge block. Philadelphia leads Miami 3-1. And the best moment of the weekend belongs to that.
2-0 pitch. Grounded to short. Scooped up by Simeon. It's a no-hitter. It's a no-hitter.
Sean Manaea no-hit the Boston Red Sox for the 7th no-hitter in Oakland franchise history. Manaea shared American League Player of the Week honors with Baltimore's Manny Machado. But the A's ended up taking 2 out of 3 from the Boston Red Sox, who came to town 16-2. They doubled the loss total. And I'm telling you, there's something going on with the Oakland A's. They're an exciting young team, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Please hold on to some of your players.
Pretty cool. Yeah, maybe.
Well, we stream our KPIX 5 News at 5 o'clock every day on CBSSF.com. We'll be back in less than 60 minutes.